Alright there, your mate Yorkie here. Once again, take me back to my humble opinion, where I give you my brief let's look and opinion of the games on the monthly Humble Choice bundle, and sometimes other games too, such as I like to try a few games off Steam Next Best, etc. Anyway, off of September 2023 monthly Humble Choice bundle, we have Foretales. Now, I have played a little bit of this quite a while ago. I don't remember much about it. So, let's have another look. Let's remember how it goes. These are just brief 5 to 30 minute let's tries. Let's scrap that. Must be the previous one I was doing. 5 to 30 minute let's tries just to see whether I enjoy the game or want to go further. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Yes, I am. Mysterious patron. Volpain needs money to help his father and the local miners. His friend Leo says there's someone in town. Very lucrative job offer. Welcome to Foretales, an adventure game where you progress by combining cards and exploring decks. This is it, Volpain. Our ticket to the easy life. One last job and our days of stealing apples from the market are behind us. But you said the last time. So who is this contact of yours? His name's Timothy. He says he has worked for people like us. And you sure he can pay it, because I could really do with the money right now. Don't worry, he promised a hefty reward. She'll be more than enough to help your father and the miners with their strike. And for me to take an early retirement. Just a little difficult to track down in town sometimes. We'd better ask around then.
Indeed, looks like a good place to start.
Good idea, young bird. How can I be of assistance? We're looking for someone by the name of Timothy. I see. A very secretive fellow he is. I think I heard something about him the other day, but sadly my memory isn't what it once was. What might jog your memory, I wonder? Money? A little bite to eat usually does the trick. About 5 food should be sufficient. I see. 5 food? It's enough to last for days. Ignore my friend here. We'll come back with some food for you. You already have 1 food, just 4 more to go. A typical region of the game is composed of 3 to 6 locations. Cards placed on the board you can learn more about by hovering your cursor over a card. Sometimes the left mouse button on cards will also trigger dialogue or reaction from your characters. Try it out for yourself. Click on the left card with a beggar. It will remind you of what he wants. Better morsel of food. Man, it worked for an old man like me. I'd like to see you try it. Yeah, you'll get your food. 2 types of action cards at your disposal. Skill cards, if you're adventurous, and consumable cards. Targets will often be location cards, but not always. When you hover over one of your cards, the possible targets are highlighted along with hints as to what will happen if you play there. So pay attention to what's highlighted and where the hints appear. Conversely, if you place your cursor over the elements of the board, it will highlight the action cards you can play there. Take a moment to explore your current cards and see if you can figure out a way to find enough food. Feed. Got a market here. That would give me -1 money, I guess. And get +2 food. That's giving food for money. Ben can't do anything. That's nothing. Something. 2 food survivor sensors. Food everywhere if you know where to look. Nimble hands. When you're born with nothing, you have to steal what you can to survive. If you're lucky, you'll survive long enough to get pretty good at it. That looks like it's +1 card of some kind. And 2 food. Okay. Oh, and there's stuff there too. I didn't see that. That'd give us 4 food. Plus a card of some kind. That looks like graveyard. This deck where the corpses of your fallen enemies are sent. Who knows what impact your violence will have on the world? Ah! That could screw us over. +1 F. What is F? I'm not sure what F is. Apple merchant. Solidarity of the weak, the poor, the weak, and the needy must stick together to survive. Gold paint can inspire compassion to attract potential allies. You can get free food for using nimble hands. When you're born with nothing, you have to steal what you can to survive. Yep, we know that. So if we play that on you, that'll give us 3. Smooth, he didn't notice a thing.
Foretales decided he'd take that one to go.
One very important rule to remember, you can only play 1 card per location card on the board. Okay. Sometimes it will transform the target card into another, but most of the time it will just consume it and travel to the next card. A standard used card from the board will go back to the bottom of the exploration deck. And once a slot is available, it will automatically be filled with the next top card. You can't run out of location cards to explore because the exploration deck always cycles. So that survivor sense, we can get an extra food that way, or we can get 2 food at the market that way. Why don't we get 2 food from the market?
You won't go hungry for a while.
Right on time, I'm starving. Think we've got enough food now? Let's see what the guy knows. Lead the way! Right, this is actually quite fun. I don't know why I didn't play it for long last time. Spare some morsel of food? Yes. Yeah, that's just telling us what we know. Thank you, young bird. Now, about this Timothy chap. And of course, where are my manners? Here, follow this path.
That should show the way. Very kind of you, I must say.
Thanks for the tip, friend. Good day, dear bird. Well, what now? Suppose we should follow the old beggar's directions on a piece of paper. Sometimes you'll have to seek directions to progress in the story and reach new destinations. Check the descriptions on your cards. That piece of paper? Ah, that's the one.
You really do make a lot of enemies, Volpan.
Beware, the hostile token is blocking this card. You won't be able to play any cards on this suspicious street until you get rid of those bandits. If you tick on the token, you can see the creatures forming a group and decide whether to engage or not. Most confrontations start with a negotiation phase. Give the correct resources, you might be able to discard this threat without any violence. But if you don't absolutely need to play a card here, you may as well avoid any conflict and play the other cards available. Looks like we might have to do that. We'll try it.
Well, you can walk away from this richer, or not at all.
You started your first confrontation, but maybe there's no need for violence. When you hover over the cards at your disposal, you may discover ways to get rid of some of the opponents. If you get rid of enough opponents, you'll bring the morale of the group down to 0. Vessel flee. If you use an aggressive card, the confrontation will automatically turn into a fight. But if you don't have any cards to play, or you don't want to play any cards, click on the auto battle token and trigger the fight manually. Right, so we've got 3 morale, and I take it... on the scent. I could get rid of them for money. Maybe. What's the damage resistance? What do they have? That's 4 life, I'm guessing. Maybe the morale damage done. So if we do an aimed shot on you... Enemy was just removed from the confrontation. In most cases, this will subtract level from the enemy's morale. Should the enemy morale reach 0, the remaining hostiles will flee. That's 1.
So it's fisticuffs then.
From now on, both sides will automatically engage, attack the opponent directly opposite them. Or to the left, ignoring this direction in front. During each round of attack, you can play 1 card per adventurer. If you don't want to play cards, you can use the auto battle button.
Oh, ouch.
That's them running away. Brought the enemy morale to 0, all remaining hostiles will flee for their lives. Whenever you trigger a panic, each fleeing enemy will grant you 1 fame, is it? Whatever.
What, giving up so soon?
That is fame. A good deed can open many doors. Having a respectful community is always a good way to achieve your goals. Ah, grim. Theft, murder, violence and general lawlessness. A reputation like that guarantees respect among outlaws and makes law-abiding citizens quake in fear. How do we play that? I'm not sure. The old Pegasus map with Timothy's location. All Vulpin needs to do find the nearest marketplace and follow the directions there. Ah! 4 District Oldwell Suspicious Strait. Well, we've cleared the Suspicious Strait. So let's go tracking down there, shall we? Something smells of gold. Alright. And it's transferred it. Leo! What? I'm hungry. Noisy Tavern.
Well, you won't go hungry for a while.
More food? And time I'm starving. Right. Noisy Tavern again. Rallying cry. Inspiring call to arms that draws out potential allies. That old well gives me fame and food. Refill canteen. Over here. Leo's Mighty Road draws a crowd of curious townfolk. Small crowd. Could use food. -1 food, we get 2 fame. What else can I do? I can use money. -2. Oh, so that's money, is it? Okay. Get 4 fame. Okay. We can use Survivor Sense, buying food. That'd be better at the old inn if I'm going to do that. I can use Survivor Sense. I can use Aimed Shot. Give me a graveyard. An eye. Not sure what that is, but I'm not sure on the graveyard. Oh, that must be that one. Search party. Creatures in this deck will be called out by some locations during exploration or as reinforcements. Okay, so we'll be attacked, basically, it looks like, if we use that. And 2... Grim. Or we can use Eavesdrop to get a money from there. It's not bad. Solidarity of the week to get a money. Hang on. Is that a money? Because that's showing that, but that actually looks like a money. It's a money bag. Try Solidarity of the Week. Yeah, this should help you get back on your feet. That does get us money, okay.
Heartwarming stuff.
And we found a market. We can finally play this. Story effect.
Cast with flying colours.
A heavily bandaged figure stood alone in the alleyway. It looked like he was waiting for someone. As Bullpen and Leo approached, the figure turned to greet them. Ah, Leo, so you're finally here and you brought a crow. I'm a shoebill, rather. But of course you are. We heard you have work. Do I ever? But before we get down to brass tacks, I always like to get an understanding of who it is I'm working with. What do you mean? I'd like a demonstration of the value you bring to the operation. Demonstration? Yeah, you know, skills, my boys. Show me your skills. They looked at each other perplexed. It means skills. Skills in combat, sleight of hand, or maybe just good old trick shot from Leo. We could do that with Grim. It reduces the Grim. Ooh. That is peppery diversion. Perfect way to cause commotion or incapacitate enemies. Could be useful. Wait. Oh, it's just the two. Let's do aim shot. In one seamless motion, Leo pulled out his bow and let fly an arrow straight at the leper. Timothy felt a whoosh of air as the hat flew clean off his head. By the time he turned around, it was already pinned to a nearby tree. How's that for a demonstration? A little dramatic, but a fine shot nonetheless. Timothy turned around, picked up his hat, and placed it carefully back on his head. Well, I've certainly seen enough to pique my interest. And perhaps you could tell us what it was you needed. I would like for the two of you to acquire an item for me. A very rare and beautiful lyre, currently in the possession of Lady Cattell. You mean the old bat who lives on the hill? I wouldn't call that to her face. But yes, that's her. I'd like you to break her into her manor, steal the lyre, and bring it to me at the Holy Grove. The Holy Grove? I know the place well. I'll get you there myself, Bullpen. Excellent, then I shall leave you to it. Alright, we'll get the job done. At long last. You can get straight to it if you think we're ready to go. Or we could spend some more time on the streets to prepare. It's your call. Actually, how's about a small nap before we set off? Read my mind. Remember, you only have a limited number of skill cards in your adventurers' decks. Spending too many of their skill cards will tire them out. If you want to recover some skill cards, you will have to use rest cards on the right-hand side of the board. Each rest card... Which is rest cards? Oh, is it? Has its own set of effects, and sometimes a price that you can decide to pay or not. Read them carefully to see what they cost. Click on there. That would be a fight.
Something tells me these chaps aren't here to discuss pickpocketing techniques.
At least one of your adventures is down to the last few skill cards, and maybe you can use the rest card to recover some. Since rest cards will give skill cards back to all adventurers, often a good idea to use actions from all your adventures, not just one. You spread the effort between them, they won't have to rest as often. Ah, 3 might be the number of skill cards they've got. Rest, non-eventful stop. Nice break. You can roll over the cards to discover the effects, but you can only use the top card. Alright, we're not going to do that right now. Actually, I guess we are.
That is quite enough laying around for the time being, thank you.
Feeling better already. Go with some skill cards and suffer no other consequences. Don't expect it to be that easy all the time. The next card in the deck will cost you food or health points. Or, I don't think it was health, whatever it was. Money, probably. And the last card in the rest deck is always a game over. So be sure to check out how many times you can hope to rest in a region. Once you move on to the next region, the rest deck will be replaced with a new set of cards. And the number of rest cards in the region is independent of how many you've used here. You've completed this region, you can either proceed to the next region, you may want to spend some more time here to gather resources and allies. Where consumables and resources are carried over from one region to the next. They are not carried over from one mission to the next, so there's no need to hoard excessively. Region completed. So we could stay here. Just use the skill card, but the only effect was to move to the next location. Not the most efficient way. But you need the mission. Okay. Just using some cards. Apple Merchant. That'll give us 2 food. Yeah, take this, thank you.
Very generous of you.
And that's the market. Do this. Hey, cover your damn mouth. I'll cover your mouth, you son of a... Get out. Bar fight. Call the watch.
I don't think they liked that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. These creatures are looking around for your party. They'll sometimes appear on your path whenever you explore. But I can't choose to engage them right now. Tavern Brawl. Rallying cry at the Tavern Brawl. Over here. What? At least you have their attention. What you looking at, Bird Brain? -1 Grim to get a gold. Sounds like it might be worth it. Mind if I tag it? Oh, hang on, what's this?
Something tells me these chaps aren't here to discuss pickpocketing techniques.
Snitch, the perfect ally to sow discord among enemy ranks. Always eager to the ground for the latest gossip. Right, in the meantime... Nope, that's not going to do it for me. Well, let's see what it does, how that's different. Leo, what is it? I'm hungry. That wasn't all that impressive, to be honest. Two food and some kind of card. Add one to the search pad. Oh, that's what that is. 2 Grim. Engage.
There might be a way out of this without any bloodshed.
Snitch, get rid of them. Oh. It's only down to 2. Well, I can take you out, which should reduce it by 2.
Oh, that looked painful.
And they'll run.
Right, now that evens the odds.
We go on to the next area. Somewhere in the garden, Leo has brought Volpain to the city gardens, where food is plentiful and secrets lurk around every corner. Deep in the labyrinth lies our hero's destination for the evening, Lady Catel's Manor. Watch out, guards. So it has restored the... No, it hasn't restored the skill points. There are now several hostile creatures in the search party. Deck of cards representing the animals chasing your party. Each time a new location card appears on the board, if it has a search party call token with an eye, it may spawn a group of enemies from the search party. Some of your actions may also add hostiles to the search party. Hostiles that you may have to face later, so be careful. Right then, Timothy said the instrument is in Lady Catelle's manor. The big house with the labyrinth? So on, getting through that hedge maze is gonna be tough. I think I saw some gardeners wandering around earlier. Maybe they'd know the way.
All right. Who called the cops?
Ooh, we got them on both of them. Anyway, we're going to end there. We're taking enough of a look at it. I don't know why I didn't carry this on before. Maybe it just wasn't getting views back then. But this looks fun. Now, it might get too tough for me later on. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously... It's a narrative game and a puzzle game at once, it looks like. It's a deck building story game. Which sounds right up my alley, but of course, you can get lost when it gets too difficult, so... or I can anyway. So, I don't know how good it's going to be long term. But my overview of it... I like it. The graphics... Obviously, it's not super intense, but the cute graphics on the card, I like it. The world, the animal building, the way that the enemies come in, the storyline. I'll give the graphics for this kind of game. I'll give them an 8. It's beautiful. It could be better. Things can always be better. I'm not going to give it a 9 or a 10, but it works really well. I mean, look at that crocodile. Who couldn't fall in love with that? And that little rat there. Sneaky, the gardener. Like, sneaky harassed, done for here. The world, I'll give a 7. I don't know enough about it yet, but it looks like there's stuff to get your teeth into. So I like that. The game mechanics, assuming it stays this kind of thing, I'll give them a 7 or an 8, somewhere around there. They look good, they look really pleasing as a way of going through a narrative adventure, building a deck, trying to adjust resources, etc. It's got enough to get your teeth into, and it looks fun. The characters so far, 6 or 7. They're not super deep so far, but then we're only just going through the tutorial, etc. But it's a bit hard to tell. But they do 7, not a 6. They do have a bit of interest in them, a bit of variation. I can already tell the difference between Shoebill, or Volpain the Shoebill, and Leo the Tiger. Leo the Tiger, because Leo's the lion, yeah, of course. A bit of humour to it too. I like that addition. That's good. Almost gets things to an 8 for me. Is it worth $1.50? Of course it is. That's a dumb question. I mean, maybe for you it's not. I'm not going to judge you if it's not, but for me, absolutely. Something off the dollar menu versus this, I'll take this every time. Is it worth $12? Would it pay for the Humble Bundle? I'm thinking so at this point, yeah. It's definitely a fun indie game, and the Humble Bundle's only $12. I'd say that's worth it. What is the cost of it? Let me just look it up on Steam. Let me just go into my Steam. Where is it? There it is, up there. Library. Foretales, bear with me a minute. Bought full price. Yeah, don't honk at me. Bought full price is $20, which is reasonable for an indie game. And you're getting it for $12. Not bad. Will I continue playing it? There's a decent chance I will. I'm thinking of bringing this to Tales Over Coffee. It's going to be some time. Because right now, my Tales Over Coffee episode is me working through The Walking Dead. And given Halloween coming up, that's something I really want to work through. It's a decent chance I'll bring this up at some point. As a fun relaxation after something that's got some scary stuff like Walking Dead. Some intense stuff like Detroit Become Human, which I've played on there before. Yeah, I might well do. Anyway, that's my overview for just to start the tutorial level. It's a fun tutorial too. They've done the tutorial right. You're playing the game and learning it as you go. That's how it should be, not a wall of text. The voiceovers are minor, but they add what they need. Oh, I didn't say the music. 6. It does the job it needs to. It's really no better than that, though. Alright, see you around.